So, Vorkath, the boss that is getting a lot of mixed feelings right now, but one thing that most people are agreeing on is that the drops seem to be a little bit unrewarding. Usually when a boss releases, you go and farm the living crap out of it on release because you're going to make an absolute fortune, because that's the time to go. Right at the beginning, everybody's really excited. They want the new drops that that boss gives, and so they're overpaying an absolute ton. So why are people saying that this boss is under rewarding with the actual drops? Well, this video is going to be a loot from 50 of the normal mode version kills, which I would probably say most of you guys are looking to farm, seeing as hard mode is insanely freaking difficult. I've only pulled off one kill so far, so I need to go back and try and do more of that. But it's going to give you a look to see what you can expect to get from doing this boss in normal mode. So 50 drops. It took me around about 3 hours maybe to kill this, between 3 hours and 3.5 hours to get the total amount. Along the way, I did reduce my kill times from like 4 minutes at the beginning to 3 minutes, and then towards the end I was getting like 2 minutes to 2.5 minute kills, and you can definitely get faster as well if you are skipping Zemoragal, which you can do, and I'll show you guys that later on. So loot works a bit different in Vorkath and Zemoragal in the sense that you're going to be opening up loot chests. This one made it easier for me to track how many kills I had done for the video, so that's good. But two, it means we can look at the actual total value. So here is the clip of me opening that loot up on screen, and then we're going to go through and actually sell all the loot as well and see exactly how much we got from it in total. So about we'll say like 3.5 hours, 3 hours 20, something like that, to actually get all the loot. Here, let's go. Number one, 177k. I think they sell even less than what G says though. Two, okay, 401, 179, 267. This is going to take a while. Do we just spam click it? 303, 129, 262, 558. It's not tracking it. How am I supposed to know? Recording this, I'll have to watch back. I'll watch it back and I'll... Oh, how annoying is that, man? 203. 151, 295, 268, 215. Thing is, I'm gonna have to look at the items and not the values, because I need to sell everything. 15, 196, 203, 157, 209, 209. It's like 200k average. 189. 218, 451, 300k, 283, 243, 6 mil, 6 mil, 6 spikes. How much are these? That's more than 6 mil, right? Because we got 6 spikes. Good amount of money. 201, 290, 298, 249, 334, 175, 203, 400k. That's a big one. Last 3, last 2, last chest. Okay, so 1 spike drop in the 50. We don't know if this is good or bad because we don't know the rates. But let's go sell everything off and see the actual final values. I'm going to quickly interrupt the video to re-mention the merch that we actually launched yesterday, and you guys have been going crazy on the orders. I appreciate it so much. But for those of you that didn't know, we are currently running a limited merch sale for a desk lamp that looks like your favorite potion. You can control this with any RGB color you want or have it running through all of them, and it comes with a label that is signed by myself to say thank you. Of course, I wanted to do merch, but I wanted to do something that you guys would actually enjoy rather than like my name on a hoodie. Who wants that? Not to mention £2 of every sale is going to a charity being voted on by you guys, and one random order is also going to get contacted for a nameplate like this one, but of course your RuneScape name instead. If you're interested, check out the link in the comments because they are selling fast and we may actually need to put a stop on it sooner than we thought, because this is all this guy's been doing all day to actually make the lamps for you guys. So with that being said, let's get back to your video. So after selling off all of the loot, specifically every single item, I got a total of 11,314,000 coins from the commons. The commons alone was only 11.3 mil. That is insanely sad, because if we didn't get the drop, that means we would have made 11 mil in 3 hours. Holy hell. But as for the total, because of the rares, we got 84 million GP for those. The prices will likely change though. Our total was 95,300,000. So in the total of about 3 hours, which is probably about what we did, about 3 to 3.5 hours, we did get around about 31.7 mil if we do it in 3 hours, which is it's not that good for a release boss, like a boss on release. 31.7 mil an hour is insanely bad, even for a normal mode. Now, I've seen plenty of people hitting this many kill count and not getting a single spike drop, so you could be looking at like a crazy bad GP per hour, or you could be looking really lucky if maybe I got unlucky here. But in total, we made 11 million GP from commons, and we made 84 mil from the rares, so the drops were a little bit lackluster. I do really think that Jagex need to take a look at Vorkath in terms of drops, because so far it is not worth doing. Vorkath, the new release boss, is actually worse than many of the older bosses in the game currently. It's kind of sad to see. So earlier on, I said that there was a way to make the kill times in normal mode a lot easier, because you can actually do a skip. Now, I'm going to show you that now because I said I would. If you want to skip Vorkath in normal mode and make it a bit easier, when he flies away for the first time, which is just going to be slightly after he hits the second mark on the actual health bar, when he hits this, he's going to move over to Zemoragal, he's going to breathe the ice on him, and then he was going to do 2 auto attacks on your character, and then he's going to fly away. When he does fly away, if you can kill Zemoragal from full health all the way down to dead in this time, then the fight just ends. So I will be talking about this more in my guide that I'll release for normal mode probably tomorrow. I guess it'll probably be up. But long story short, for those of you who are curious and wanted to give it a go, you're gonna need a lot of gear and a lot of DPS, but basically, at the beginning of the fight, you want to use Living Death on Vorkath to do as much damage as you can, but as you start getting close to that second mark on his health bar, you want to make sure you have 12 stacks of Necrosis and as many souls as you can get, ideally full. If you are missing one, then you might be okay, but ideally full. And then make sure that you have Death Skulls ready as well. Don't use your split soul at the beginning of the fight either, as you are going to need to have this. Then as he hits that mark, you need to move over to Zemoragal and then apply everything on him that you need to be able to kill him. For example, apply the death mark to him. This is going to save you a lot of damage, of course. And then make sure you use Smoke Cloud, Vulnerability Bomb, and make sure that your conjures are ready to go as well. If you need to extend them, then extend them ready. Then as soon as that shield drops, it's time to do as much damage as you can. Use your split soul, drop your volley of souls, use your death skulls, and then fingers of death, and then use your weapon spec as well with your essence of finality and do as much damage as you can. You want to make sure you swap from like a salve amulet to an essence of finality for this bit, and maybe a ring of death as well, because your accuracy isn't 100%. But basically dump as much damage on him as you can, and then he dies. If he dies before Vorkath is back and the shield is back up, then it's done. The fight is done. Vorkath flies away and you've saved yourself like an extra minute. Again, I'm going to be making a normal mode guide very soon, so I'll put this as one part in there as well. This isn't obviously the normal way to do it, but if you have the damage to do it, then you might as well. It's something that's fun to do, and it makes the kills a lot faster. Anyway, that brings us to the end of the video. Hopefully you found it useful. You aren't going to be making a ton of money at Vorkath at the moment, it seems, but it's a fun boss. I'm enjoying it a hell of a lot personally. I think the drops definitely need some like love and some attention from Jagex, so hopefully that happens. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, but otherwise I'll catch you all in the next one. See you later, guys. Bye.